While the world remains distracted by wars, advancements in artificial intelligence, economic collapses, and increasingly intense geopolitical tensions, something profoundly prophetic is quietly happening, far from the headlines and journalistic coverage. In Jerusalem, the spiritual epicenter of the divine plan, a news of great proportions began to unfold. A man has been appointed as the high priest in Israel. His name is Baruch Kahane, a descendant of the priestly lineage of Aaron, a rabbi, and an expert in Mosaic law. Rabbi Baruch Kahane was recently appointed as the new high priest by a group of rabbis in Israel. He is a scholar of temple-related laws and has participated in representations of the ceremonies of the Third Temple. The selection of priests who will prepare the red heifer and perform religious services at the site began in March of this year. This event is not a mere symbolic act or an insignificant religious initiative. It is a clear sign that points us directly toward the fulfillment of biblical prophecies about the end times. Although the Third Temple has not yet been built, everything is ready. The sacred utensils have been carefully crafted according to the Scriptures. The priestly garments are already made. The Levites have been trained, and now, for the first time in over 2,000 years, Israel has a high priest prepared to officiate sacrifices. To many, this may seem like a minor event, just a small movement within Orthodox Judaism. But for those who know the Scriptures, this event resonates as an echo of the end times prophecies, which speak of the restoration of the temple and the day when the Antichrist will sit in it, proclaiming himself as God. Rabbi Hillel Weiss, spokesman for the Sanhedrin, stated that no miraculous event is needed to make this decision. According to him, the only obstacle preventing worship at the temple currently is political. If that changes, religious services will need to begin immediately. The Temple Mount is a sacred site for Muslims, Christians, and Jews, and it is also one of the most disputed locations in the world. It was there that the first temple was built by King Solomon, later destroyed in 586 BC. Years later, the Second Temple was rebuilt, but it was also destroyed in AD 70 by the Romans, leaving only the Western Wall. The Bible points out that the Third Temple will exist during the Great Tribulation. The prophet Daniel refers to this temple when he says that the prince who is to come will stop the sacrifices in the place during the tribulation. Daniel 9:27. The Apostle Paul also mentions that the men of sin will sit in the temple as if he were God. 2 Thessalonians 2:3-4. The temple cannot function without a high priest, and today that figure, who has been absent for almost 2 millennia, has returned. The institution of the high priest is not a modern invention. It was established by God himself on Mount Sinai and maintained for centuries, from Aaron to the last active priest before the temple's destruction in AD 70. Then came the Great Silence, a silence that lasted generations, but now that silence is being broken. A new name is circulating, Baruch Kahane, a rabbi descended from the Kohanim, trained in the laws of temple service according to the Mishnah, the Talmud, and Halakha, formally appointed by the restored Sanhedrin in Jerusalem in 2016 as the interim high priest. And the most impressive thing is that he is ready to minister as soon as the altar is activated. The appointment of a new high priest can be seen as a significant step toward the fulfillment of these prophecies. Are we witnessing the beginning of events that will lead to the construction of the Third Temple? The prophecy is being fulfilled. This is the beginning of the countdown to the covenant with the Antichrist. Are we witnessing the rebirth of a scenario that, according to Daniel, will be crucial for the last days? The altar is ready. The garments have been sewn, the instruments consecrated, the descendants of Aaron have been gathered, and a high priest has already been appointed. The question is no longer if this is possible. The question is no longer if this will happen, but when. We, as Christians, already live under the intercession of our heavenly high priest, Jesus Christ. He entered the Holy of Holies in heaven with his own blood and sat at the right hand of the Father forever. And as we watch these signs unfold, we must remain alert, for the time is at hand. Did you enjoy the video? Subscribe to our channel, activate the bell so you don't miss any updates, and share it with your friends. See you next time. God bless you.